Okay, so this video is going to be a bit of a sequel to the last one. Okay. Last video I talked about music, okay? If you haven't watched that one, you might want to go watch that one, but if not, here's a quick summary basically, because I'm not gonna do that YouTuber shit of like, oh guys, go watch my previous video, go give me views and stuff. Look, I'm gonna keep it simple. I'll give you the summary of what happened last video. So basically, I talked about how music can be a great thing to because music could be related to some sort of past event, and if that certain song strikes an emotional reaction out of you, think about when, right? Think about when it is that it invoked that emotional reaction in you, and when it is that you listen to that song, and you will be able to recall some maybe memories if you think hard enough, or some events you went through when you played that song, and then be able to kind of capture why it's spiking that emotion out of you, and then you write that out and it helps you like get through it. And so that's what I talked about. And I basically talked about how you could utilize music to do that and how it can be a good thing. But here's the other side of it too. Here's where it can be bad, okay? And this is coming from my 1 week of experience from not really being able to listen to music in the northern areas of Pakistan, okay? Like, these are mountainous areas, and for those of you that, are familiar with Pakistan, like places like Naran or Skardu, like they don't have a lot of internet. They only have electricity for 3 hours at a 3 hours at a time. Let that sink in real quick. 3 hours at a time. 3 hours a day, actually. 3 hours in the entire day they get electricity. That could be spread out, however, you know, and that's why it's so hard to get like cold water. But anyway, I digress, right? I was in these northern parts and there wasn't a lot of Wi-Fi. I didn't bring my phone either, so I wasn't listening to these musics in 6 hour long drives. In 6 hour long drives and like 8 hour long drives, I wasn't listening to any music. Not with the fam, not with myself, with no one. Okay, and the one thing I realized was that it actually helped me stay in the present moment a lot more. Okay? Like, a lot more than I usually would. Okay? And here's why. I think when we listen to music, right, it can either one, invoke emotion, two, invoke, which I think does most for us, visualizations and thoughts. My nose is killing me, yo. Thoughts and memories. Okay? All of which do what? Leave you up here. Okay? They leave you up here, which also does what? Takes away from the present moment. It takes away from your ability to enjoy what's here because you're now mentally processing, and this, you could call this bro science, I don't really care, bro, but that's how I just see it. Your brain is taking so much time processing the song. On top of that, the fantasy that you're also playing in the back of your mind to that song, whether it's romantic, whether it's heroic, whether it's, I don't know. Those are the main two that I preferably might like think of, but I know most of you would as well. For me, it's a lot of heroic stuff. For me, it's a lot of purpose stuff, purpose-driven stuff. And sometimes, again, that could be a good thing. Like, I explained the trauma portion of it, but there's another aspect of music where you could listen to it to visualize about things that, add to your greater purpose, basically. And they kind of, this music, whatever you listen to, it brings life to your ideas. Like, it brings so much power to them, so much like depth and feeling, and you're so moved by it that you're like, all right, I'm gonna take action on this now. I'm gonna go. It's almost like a dream come true. Like, I've been listening to Spider-Man lately. Like, Am I Dreaming? That literally feels like what I'm doing right here. Like I'm faced with challenges and I'm not, getting beat by anything, and I'm still going. Like, I don't care how many Wi-Fi outages, how many electricity outages, how many fucking, like, how much we run out of water, how much we run out of gas to not be able to cook or not do that or not do this, deal with the heat. I don't care how much I have to do that. I will do what I need to do. That's just how it's going to go. I'll find a way. Same thing with Annihilate, right? If you listen to that song from the Spider-Verse movies, it's like, uh, he says something about like, I'm in my own world, give me space. Like, that's how I feel all the time, you know? I'm in my own world, give me space. Sometimes when I'm listening to music, I'm visualizing things. There's good aspects to it. There's good aspects to music, but you also have to realize that it can take away from the present moment. That can be a good or a bad thing depending on how you look at it. And how I look at that is like, look, if there's somewhere where I need to be fully present in every single like utter moment, like I'm on vacation with my family, because that is a scarce moment. That moment is not going to happen again with the same person or that individual. Like, my mom will be a different individual later, my dad will be a different individual later, all my sisters will be different individuals later. So it won't happen with the same individuals, the same place, the same time ever again. So I need to be fully present there. And I realize that now, and it helped me do that. And I wasn't caught up in my phone trying to record everything. I was just there experiencing it. Like, I didn't care to show it to anybody. Even though, you know, my mom has all these pictures that I could probably show y'all and probably showcase. And I could have probably made content there, to be honest, too. And it sounded like a great idea, but then I forgot. I was like, wait, I was just there to enjoy the experience, bro. Like, I just wanted to live and really be there for once during my vacations, because I'm never really there. And when I started listening to music near the end of the trip, because I started getting access to Wi-Fi, right? So for a week I didn't, and then like near the end of the trip, like the last 2 days, like actually the last 2 days, I downloaded Spotify on my dad's phone, and then I listened to music on the way, and it kind of took away from the present moment because I was busy visualizing all of these things and fantasizing, and I was too busy, like caught up in the song, which again can be a good thing at times to, you know, help you elevate, like visualize like great things that you might want to accomplish, and it helps you like figure out what it is that your mind like craves and goes crazy over, and how you could fix like the bad parts and like how you can elevate the good parts. Like, for example, if I visualize things about my purpose, like what am I trying to visualize? Like, sometimes I visualize myself in like those Tevis, if any of you've seen hardstyle videos, like the clouds and the lightning, and like you're just like Ziz posing and you're looking sick, bro. Like, actually, I know that sounds mad cringe, but like for me, I interpret that as like I'm trying to achieve greatness of some sorts, you know, things like that. So it can be a great thing again, but you have to realize that there's also the consequence of it taking away from the present moment. So if the present moment at the time is not scarce to you, I think that's the best guideline to go about it. If it's not scarce, if it's something that you're always doing, like for example, you're always at your house and like in your room, then yeah, listening to music, visualizing about like things that could be, and creating ideas and being all creative in your mind, like that is, I think, such a great thing. And especially if you write it down and jot it down and like draw it out. Like, I'm an artist, I draw all the time, bro. Some of you have probably seen some of my drawings on my videos, right? I do it all the time. So you have to understand that there's an aspect to that. Now, again, it might not necessarily be a good thing too. So you have to see, like, okay, is this moment scarce or is it not? And, you know, in the way of the superior man, it says every moment is scarce. But for me, it's like some moments are more scarce than others. So like, you decide which one you want to visualize in, and then you decide which ones you don't want to, you know, you want to be fully present for. So if it's something very important like vacation or like, you know, family events or things like that, like try to be fully and utterly present in those, with those people. Like I am here and on vacation with Pakistan, I'm going to be fully present with these people, because like you don't want to be on your phone all the time doing things and things like that. Like, you want to enjoy the time you have spent with the people that you love. But if I'm at home not really doing anything, then I'll play some of that music to like visualize that. Does that make sense, right? So there's, how I'd say, bad things or things about music, and then there's also like good things as well. So this was just another side of it. This is another concept I'm exploring. By no way do I think like, you know, I've got it all figured out and things like that. But yeah, that's all I got for y'all, right? Peace.